Okay, good evening. I'd like to call the town board meeting to order and ask everyone to please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I'd like the clerk to please call the roll.
Supervisor Sweden?
Here.
Councilman Gerstner?
Here.
Councilman Cole?
Here.
Councilman D'Angelo?
Here.
DPW Commissioner Astorino?
Here.
Chief Rader?
Here. Okay, may I have a motion to accept the minutes of the regular meeting of December 30th and the reorganizational meeting of January 2nd?
So move.
Second.
Any discussion? There was a correction to the reorg meeting minutes to reflect that the deputy supervisor would be compensated at $8,000 a year as was budgeted rather than the $6,500. So we can clarify that and correct it in the minutes. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Correspondence is on page 1, and I don't think I have any discussion of that. Except to say that the Repair Cafe was successful.
And you have one on the 21st.
It's one, and the new one will be this Saturday from 10 to 2 p.m. So we want to make sure that people know that. It's in the senior center behind Town Hall here. So please come out if you have something you need repaired, and they only accept donations. There's no cost. So it's a good thing.
And then also the letter from Deborah Young about the service.
Yeah, apparently there was a great response to rescue a dog, 2 dogs that were on Cascade Lake. One had gone in the ice, and it was a combination of volunteers helping, the police responded, Humane Society, fire and EMS. So great job by everybody.
Good job,
It was very nice. Yeah, very good. And we thank them for that. Okay, I don't have any other discussion. I don't see any visiting elected officials tonight, so let's move into reports and let us hear from Councilman D'Angelo.
Okay, you heard about the dog being rescued, okay? And Susan Barron said the moral of the story there, the leash laws in the town of Warwick, and this includes town parks, so those instances of being off leash without direct supervision are violations of the Warwick Town Code. And they can result in appearance tickets and fines, especially for repeat offenders. The good news is that the interior portion of the old kennels have been completed, renovated to the, thanks to the town of Warwick and the town board, and they are nearly ready to bring the dogs back to Warwick within a week's time. And they asked me to pass this celebration on. In celebration of what would have been Betty White's 101st birthday, Warwick Humane has joined the Betty White Challenge again this year, honoring her memory and her passion for all animals. Donations towards this challenge from January 17th through January 30th will be used for the Betty White Meet and Greet Room in the new shelter facility. Donations may be sent to WVHS, P.O. Box 61, Warwick, New York, 10990, or pay via PayPal at wvhumane.org. That's all I have for the Humane Society. For the month of December, the town of Warwick police had the following calls. In the town outside of Greenwood Lake, they had 115. Town proper, they had 433. Pine Island, 254. The village of Warwick, 358. And the Greenwood Lake Volunteer Ambulance, 78, for a total for December of 1,238. Now the chief also sent me a grand total for the year, and this is real. The total is really impressive. Okay, for the town outside of Greenwood Lake, they had 1,554 calls. For the town proper, they had 6,068 calls. For Pine Island, 3,143. For the village of Warwick, 5,408. And for the Greenwood Lake Ambulance, 803. For total calls for 2022 was 16,986. Thank you, Chief. And
It's
thank you,
amazing, yeah,
boys.
it's amazing.
Thank you, men.
Amazing.
It really
And
is
women.
amazing.
And ladies.
Yeah, it's a lot.
The troops, thank you, troops.
And I just have a friendly reminder, the Town of Warwick Visitor Program, Friendly Visitor Program is a free service provided by volunteers. It's designed to help those in need remain in their homes longer and be engaged in the community. The service provides essential rides, shopping assistance, home visits, chores, and wellness phone calls. And if you need more information, call 845-986-1120, extension 400. And that's all I have.
Great, thank you, great report. Councilman Cole?
Thank you. Even though we're in the middle of winter, still some things going on up at the Mountain Lake Park, especially this Saturday. We invite people to come up. Saturday the 21st from 10 to 2, there's a event that is being held, sponsored by the Hudson Highlands Nature Museum. They bring up some animals for the kids to see. They have some crafts, some activities there. Not much skiing going on, so might as well go up Saturday and go up and see what's going on up there. There's also some good news on the hiking trail that goes around the lake. They got the grant from the Hudson Valley Greenway Conservancy, and that's nice because we tried initially at Wickham Lake to see if we could put a walking path around there, but the edge of it is just the nature of the lake. It was just too swampy to do anything like that. This one here is more suitable for paths around the lake. It'd be a nice thing to have up there, and that's all I have.
That's great, thank you so much. So yeah, try to get up there on Saturday, it'd be great. Councilman Gershner?
Thank you, Mr. Supervisor. DPW is keeping busy. Thank God we're saving money with the materials. We don't have to worry about that right now. That's a good thing. We'll right through the rest of this month anyway. Doing some ditch work on our Mountain Road and Nelson Road. They're doing some brush on the roadsides of Belcher, Old Mount Peter, and Continental. Potholes town-wide with coal patch, maintenance, road signs, hauling some material, sand and salt mix in Greenville Lake for the stockpile. They're also keeping busy, got a good report, to keep busy up at Mountain Lake Park, doing some things for safety up there, and they're all doing a great job, so please pass on to everybody. Thank you and good job, and Chief also pass on to the troops. Congratulations and thank you for all their hard work. And that's it right now. Thank you.
Great, thank you, Councilman. Town Clerk's report.
Okay, the fees collected for December 2022 were $3,750.22, and fees paid out were $3,750.22. That's probably a typo, so I will have to correct that. Then for the annual report for 2022, we had a total remitted was $92,120.56, and the fees collected were $153,092.82. I have a lot of bid proposals to read. The first one is a bid proposal for plumbing demo and reinstallation at the Mountain Lake Park Lounge basement. The first one is Expert Mechanical for $23,453.77. The second was Nebraska Plumbing and Heating and Cooling for $29,574. And the last was Armistead Mechanical, Inc. for $41,448. The next bid proposal is for HVAC prep at the Mountain Lake Park Lounge basement. First is Nebraska for $5,800. Second is Armistead Mechanical for $4,123. And the third was TJ Service of Warwick for $850. The next one is a bid proposal for electric demo and reinstallation at the Mountain Lake Park Lounge basement. First is from Skywood Electric Company, Inc. for $5,400. The second is Cody Electric, Inc. for $6,200. And the last is JM Electric and Son, Inc. They did not respond to it, so I didn't get a bid. Next bid proposal is for remediation of asbestos abatement at Mountain Lake Park Lodge basement. The first is Service Restore by Quick Response for $109,701.28. Second is Advanced Disaster Recovery, Inc. for $120,635.92. And the last is All Pro Cleaning and Restoration for $145,773.37. There were also other bids submitted but they did not include demo, and they were from Serve Pro of North Orange County, and that would have been an additional $51,609, and the next one was Paul Davis Restoration of Orange and Sussex County for a bid proposal of $89,036.80.
And those were two incomplete bids because they didn't include them.
Okay, the bid proposal for carpentry work at the main building, at the theater building, including fixing basement windows and replacing the basement door on the main building, was for Celia's PCM for $2,485. The second is Grove's Precision Contracting for $11,010, and the last was WVC Group for $6,585. The next bid proposal is for masonry and excavating work at the main lodge building. And that first one is Celia's PCM for $7,859. The second is Grove's Precision Contracting for $12,470. The third is WVC Group for $8,604. The next bid proposal is for unit prices to perform emergency repairs as a result of storm conditions for the town of Warwick. First is from Ground Control Excavating for $3,687.52. The next is TAM Enterprises, Inc. for $4,272, and the third is Allied Excavating for $4,240. There was a bid proposal for providing on-call HVAC and plumbing services to the town of Warwick. We had reached out to Van Duzer Mechanical, Nebraska Plumbing, Heating and Cooling, Penning's Plumbing and Heating, and Day Heating, and there were no submittals given. The last one is a bid proposal for on-call electric services to the town of Warwick. First was from Skyward Electric. They did not submit anything. We reached out to Chris Daly Electric, also no submittal. JM Electric and Son Inc., their bid proposal is for $125 per hour. And the last was, we reached out to Jim Lashinsky Electrical, and again, no submittal. And I would just like to remind the public that my office will be closed on January 31st and February 1st for the purpose of records retention. So we will be reopening on Thursday, February 2nd, for regular business. So if you need anything, come in now.
Okay, so comments just on the proposal. So the two bids for on-call HVAC and electric, that's a requirement of the Department of Labor, and unfortunately we didn't get any for plumbing. J&M was the previous year's on-call electrician, and they will be again, hopefully tonight when you accept that bid. The emergency repair bids, that's a requirement for the event of a storm or an emergency. FEMA likes you to have gone out to bid for those services. And there's a resolution tonight for us to accept the proposals from all three because they're depending on what you need from them, the rates differed among them. So if we qualify all three, we'll be able to call the appropriate one for an emergency, whether it's a water main break or bridge repair or something due to a storm. So just wanted to clarify that. And then the remainder of the work bids were all at the Mountain Lake Park, and we knew when we acquired the facility that the basement area had water infiltration. Some of the equipment down there was old, and we needed to get rid of that. There was some asbestos insulation in the basement, so we do need to get that out of there, and that's why we're doing that. That should be funded through our ARPA receipts fund that we got, because we were able to use that on park renovations due to their heavy use. So
That's good.
all right, no, I just wanted to clarify that for the board. So now we'll go to the supervisor's report, I believe, and let me tell you that we are still in the process of the recycling changeover. We were required to bid it out. We had a new bidder that was the low bidder, Morangi. They have delivered bins to most everybody. There's still a few dribs and drabs we're fixing. County Waste has informed us today that they've picked up most of the bins that they had, which we had asked people to leave out. I want to remind residents that pretty soon County Waste won't be coming to get those empty bins if you don't have them out. Some people have them by their garage, whatever. You need to get them out on the road. Morangi is diligently picking up your recycling same day. We just ask people to bear with us as this transition occurs, and Morangi is committed to making this happen. I do want to remind residents also that you're not, that this is on, the recycling cost is on your tax bill, your town tax bill that you pay in January. You are not required to switch your garbage hauler. You have this ability to choose whoever you wish from multiple garbage suppliers that work in the town. So you're under no obligation to switch to Morangi or anybody else if you're happy with your current garbage hauler, okay? And you pay for that individually yourself. Code Red Alert System, I talked about this last time. We have this new alert system. We're excited. It's a great company. It's easy to sign up, and we're encouraging residents, while we did transfer numbers that we already had in our old system, we're encouraging residents to go in one of three ways. You can go on the town website. If you do that, down slightly to the right will be a link to get you in to put your information in. You can get phone number, text, email, however you prefer. You will only be used for emergencies, and there's some other options you can select, but it's up to you to select them. Or you can text Warwick Alert to 99411 on your phone. That will also get you there to register. Or you can get a form from the clerk's office, and then we will get you inputted in the system. So I'm hoping you see these around and you sign up for this. It's an important service. Community Preservation Fund receipts for the month of December, to end the year on a fairly good note, $108,925.64, which brings the current total in the fund since its inception to $15,281,980.92, and the current balance of the fund after farm preservations that we've done is $7,980,482.74. So again, a good month for our land preservation effort. The dog control inspection report, I should have shared this with Councilman D'Angelo, but we did receive a letter from the New York State Department of Ag and Markets, and it's enclosure of the dog control officer inspection report that they completed on January 3rd of this year. The report indicates DCO services were rated as satisfactory, and please make note of any comments. There were no additional comments, so that's a good report for the animal shelter. The state of New York, as it often does, passed a law last year and was signed by the governor for another unfunded mandate for towns and villages. And that is a requirement to send a second notice to every resident in your town that they could be eligible for a senior exemption. Now, we have always sent the first notice with your tax bill. It's on your tax bill that if you are a certain age, you can apply for a senior exemption. You go to the assessor's office, they will help you through it. The state, in their wisdom, has decided that 30 days prior to the tax date, which would be March 1st, you have to send out a second notice to every resident in case they didn't pay attention when they paid their tax bill. Okay? So at a cost of approximately $7,000 to $8,000, the town of Warwick will be doing that, and you will be getting a notice, postcard in the mail, reminding you that you could be eligible if you're a certain age and you make a certain amount of money. Okay? So again, a prime example of why the state of New York is a tough place to do business. And that's the end of my report. Journal entries were made with the controller. They were in order, and the supervisor's column is in the Dispatch religiously every week, and the Advertiser does print pieces of it. And I want to welcome Bob Quinn back as a temporary editor of the Advertiser, and also Roger Gavin, who we have missed, covering stories in and around Warwick, and hopefully we'll read more of his in the Advertiser. So, good stuff. That's the end of my report, and now I'd offer privilege of the floor to anyone on any agenda item.
I just have one thing, Michael, that I forgot actually, and I apologize. All our parks are open, all the bathrooms are closed. I forgot to put them
Good
in
idea.
for Kevin, so,
So go to the bathroom before you go to the park.
before you go to break, yes.
Fair. Perfect.
Commissioner Fabiano, thank you.
I would make a motion to adopt a resolution to accept the bid proposal from Ground Control Excavating, TAM Enterprises, and Allied Excavating for the emergency repairs as a result of storm conditions for the town of Warwick in an amount as per the respective bid proposals.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. I make a motion to adopt the resolution to set a public hearing for the introductory local law number 1 of 2023, amending chapter 20 of the Code of the Town of Warwick Investment Policy of the Town Code to include New York Class as an approved entity, bless you, of the investment of town funds. Said hearing to be held on Thursday, February 9th, 2023, at 7:30 PM in the Town Hall, 132 Kings Highway, Town of Warwick.
Second.
Discussion, this is just another approved by the Controller's Office entity for us to be able to invest surplus funds, which we're required to do in our investment policy, but it was not listed in our investment policy. So this will be a hearing to do that and include it. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Now may I have a motion on an authorization?
Motion to adopt the following resolution, whereas New York General Municipal Law, Article 5-G, Section 119-0, Section 119-0 empowers municipal corporations defined in Article 5G, Section 119-N to include school districts, Board of Cooperative Educational Services, counties, cities, towns, and villages and districts to enter into, amend, and cancel and terminate agreements for performance among themselves or one for the other of their respective functions, powers, and duties on a cooperative or contract basis. Whereas the town of Warwick wishes to invest portions of its available investment funds in cooperation with other corporations and or districts pursuant to the New York Class Municipal Corporation Agreement amended and restated as of March 28, 2019. Whereas the town of Warwick wishes to assure the safety and liquidity needs of their funds. Now therefore it is hereby resolved as follows, that Michael P. Sweeten, Town Supervisor of Warwick, is hereby authorized to participate in the NY Class program under the terms of the NY Class Municipal Agreement, amended and restated as of March 28th, 2019.
Second.
Any discussion? So depending on how the public hearing goes, this would authorize me to enter this agreement. And again, it's a way for us to earn, as we're required on the investment policy, some earnings on used funds during the year. All right, any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. So I make a motion to adopt the resolution to accept the bid proposal from Service Master Restore by Quick Response for the asbestos abatement in the Mountain Lake Park Lodge basement at a cost not to exceed $109,701.28.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. I make a motion to adopt the resolution to accept the bid proposal from Skyward Electric Company for the demo and reinstallation of electric in the Mountain Lake Park Lounge basement at a cost not to exceed $5,400.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. May I have another bid proposal?
Motion to adopt the resolution to accept the bid proposal from Expert Mechanical for the demo and reinstallation of plumbing at the Mountain Lake Park Lodge basement at a cost not to exceed $23,453.77.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. May I have another motion?
Motion to adopt a resolution to accept the bid proposal from TJ Service for the HVAC prep in the Mountain Lake Park Lounge basement at a cost not to exceed $850.
Second.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Another motion?
Motion to adopt the resolution to accept the bid proposal from Celia's PCM for carpentry and work at the Mountain Lake Main Lodge and at cost not to exceed $2,485.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. I make a motion to adopt the resolution to accept the termination of Richard Franquet probationary employment effective January 1st, 2023.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. May I have a motion on the bid?
Motion to adopt a resolution to accept a bid proposal from Celia's PCM for masonry and excavating work at the Mountain Lake Park Main Lodge at a cost not to exceed $7,859.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. I make a motion to adopt the resolution to accept the Wheeler Road Estates subdivision marketing plan offered for sale by Wheeler Road Associates, Section 8, Block 2, Lot 44.223, located at the intersection of Wheeler Road, County Route 41, and Dusenberry Drive.
Second.
So discussion, as was in the title of the agenda resolution, this is for the how the affordable housing units of those subdivisions would be marketed. And if you remember our zoning, which was adopted, and amended, included a provision for affordable housing on any subdivision of 10 or more. They had to do one additional one for every 10 units. So this is exciting. I think there would be a lottery for those affordable units, and there is some criteria, 80% of the median income for the county, and no more than 30% of your income on housing. So it would shrink the pool a bit, but it's aimed at, municipal workers, healthcare workers, school teachers, emergency workers, police officers, anyone that might be able to fit into that category can be eligible. And a lottery would be held, conducted by the town clerk's office for those units. So it's kind of exciting.
Yeah, very good.
Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried. And I would make a motion to adopt a resolution to accept the Warwick Isle Group LLC marketing plan offer for the sale by Warwick Isle Group LLC, Section 3, Block 1, Lot 6.21, located at the intersection of County Route 1 and Merritt's Island Road.
Second.
Any discussion? Again, the same concept. And these two subdivisions were actually approved prior to the recession, never got perfected until now, and now they're up and running, so that's exciting.
It's a good thing.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried. Motion to accept the bid.
Motion to adopt a resolution to accept bid proposal from JM Electric and Son, Inc. for on-call electric service in town, owned facilities, in amount not to exceed $125 per hour.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried. I make a motion to adopt the resolution granting permission to Jamie B. DeGroot to serve alcohol at the Wickham Woodland Manor on March 23rd, 2023 for a family party. Certificate of liability and liquor liability insurance is on file in the clerk's office.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried. Motion on a request.
Motion to adopt a resolution granting permission to Andrew Keene of the Kutz Alumni Reunion to serve alcohol at the Mountain Lake Park on January 28th, 2023 for a Kutz Camp reunion. Certificate of liability and liquor liability insurance is on file in the clerk's office.
Second.
It's exciting, and they're gonna actually watch the premiere of the theater camp movie that was filmed there.
Yeah.
Kinda cool. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, motion carried. I make a motion to adopt the following resolution regarding the request for participation in the Town of Warwick Agricultural Protection Overlay District, whereas the Town of Warwick adopted a zoning law known as the 2002 zoning law of the Town of Warwick, adopted on January 24th, 2002. Whereas said zoning law contained a provision for the Agriculture Protection Overlay APO District, one of the purposes of which was to recognize and codify the importance of agriculture to the future of the Town of Warwick and the welfare of its citizens. And whereas said zoning law established an overlay district as shown on the Town of Warwick Agricultural Protection Overlay District qualifying area map parcels, which could qualify for the benefits of the APO District. Whereas section 16447.3B sets forth the applicability of said APO district to lands within the Town of Warwick, and whereas paragraph 5 of section 16447.3B provides for a mechanism for landowners who are within the APO district pursuant to the criteria listed in paragraph B1 thereof to apply for the benefits of said district. And whereas, pursuant to the procedure set forth, the Town of Warwick has received an application for participation on the proper form submitted to the town clerk as required from American Fruits Cordial Company, 23 Brisdowski Lane, Warwick, New York, for a 7.3 acre parcel known as Section 3, Block 1, Lots 57.1 and 57.3, the tax map of the Town of Warwick. And whereas the town board has determined that this particular parcel is one of the parcels included in the area shown on the overlay district qualifying area map, and has therefore met the requirements set forth for inclusion in the APO district as a participating parcel. Now therefore be it resolved that tax map section 3, block 1, lots 57.1 and 57.3 of the tax map of the Town of Warwick and belonging to American Fruits Cordial Company is hereby declared eligible to participate under the provisions of the APO district and is entitled to all the benefits contemplated thereof. And be it further resolved that an appendix to the zoning law be updated to reflect that the above described American Fruits Cordial Company parcel shall be considered included as a participating parcel in the APO district. And be it further resolved that the APO overlay district qualifying area map be so marked to show the above American Fruits Cordial Company parcel as a participating parcel within said district.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. I make a motion to adopt a resolution authorizing the comptroller to pay $13,000 for court costs to Goria Neiman LLC as directed in the judgments of the Appellate Division Court cases of Gloria Neiman versus Town of Warwick Planning Board, and Giora Neiman versus the Town of Warwick ZBA.
Second.
Any discussion? This is the result of a successful Article 78 and an unsuccessful appeal of that decision, which we still feel was in error. However, we will abide by the court's decision and pay the so approved costs. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Motion to serve alcohol.
Motion, go ahead.
Motion to adopt a resolution granting permission to Warwick Valley Rotary Club to serve alcohol at Mountain Lake Park on February 18th, 2023 for a fundraiser. Certificate of liability and liquor liability insurance is on file in the clerk's office.
Second.
Is there any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. And a motion on a refund.
Motion to adopt a resolution to refund the short-term rental fee in the amount of $800 to Greenwood Homes LLC as per recommendation letter from the building inspector dated January 11th, 2023.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. May I have a motion to pay the duly audited bills?
So moved.
Second.
Is there any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. At this point, I'd offer the board any last comments? Any privilege of the floor from anyone? Seeing none, I would ask for a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Good evening, everyone.
Yes.
Thank you all for coming.